Welcome to the Oh Hell Yeah podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the episode of Oh Hell Yeah. I'm Eddie Della Siepe.
And I'm Brent Flyberg.
We're here, we're peers.
Get used to it.
We're here in beautiful Spider House Rule Studios with the Chicken Wing King.
That's me.
With the All-American Slob? No,
Clean
Cut
Cut
Slob.
Slob.
And the
Cold-blooded pegger.
Cold-blooded pegger. I forgot about that one. That I like to peg a man.
Yeah.
And what was the other one I gave you? Oh, we had for you? We had the...
Burger Prince.
No. Chicken Wing King, the Burger Prince.
Clean Cut Slob.
The
another one.
Goodwill Mannequin.
Goodwill Mannequin.
There he
Yes.
is.
How could I forget?
Yeah, how could anyone forget?
Yes.
How you been? What's new? You looking great, by
Hey,
the way.
thanks.
Compared to the last episode, where I want to say this, and listen, I hold this man to a high standard.
Thank you.
He's got a great frame. I can't wait for this. The heart of the summers. I can see what's like underneath those damn jeans.
You've seen, honestly, if you watch the podcast, you've seen too much of my crotch.
That's true.
We realized
Very
later
true.
the shorts I was wearing were a little too short. The angle, you were seeing a lot, not quite anything that you'd have to cut out of a TV edit, but certainly not something I want to do again.
Well, even if we were to go fully nude, it wouldn't really matter because no one's really watching.
No, that would be behind the paywall. They would be paying extra for that, and we would know that they're
Not to sound, as the kids say, no HOMO, but you got a hell of a bod under those clothes. You're a Division III athlete. We all know this. You won't stop
just say
talking about it.
NCAA
You won't
athlete.
stop
Doesn't
talking
matter. Doesn't
about
matter
it.
which division.
He was a relief pitcher in a Division III team school.
Northwest Conference Pitcher of the Week, honorable mention in May of 2009. Not a big deal.
You
Not a
know
big
those
deal.
awards
Honorable
are all
mention.
politics.
Yeah, it's all
It's
politics.
always something. But you wear clothes well.
Thank you.
Honestly, at my wedding, you in a suit. I'm very curious because you can tell a lot about a man in the way he conducts his life by the suit he wears. Because if it looks like it's like this, did that come out of a hamper? You're not doing too well.
No.
But if you're crisp and clean and looks good and fits well, I think, hey, maybe you got some stuff going on.
Well, here's the thing. I can't be too crisp and clean in my suit. That wouldn't really fit my vibe. It's going to be
That's true.
just a little rough.
grunge.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
grungy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit grungy.
You know what's? I wonder. Suits do kind of all look the same. I know someone is probably who's really into that kind of fashion would be like, you're crazy. But I did watch a video where some guy went to Goodwill and got a $20 suit and got it tailored to make it look like it's really good. And I thought, I bet I could get away with that.
Yeah, you probably could. I might do that because I got a suit at Goodwill, I don't know, 15 years ago, and I still have it. It's a little too tight around the waist. I can wear it, but I'm going to take it and see if I can get them to let it out a little bit, and then that might be the suit.
I
that
bet you
really
could get a
wear.
$20 suit, go to a really good tailor and be like, mold me. And I bet it could it look good.
I bet it would. One time I bought a suit jacket for my cousin's wedding, kind of like a sport coat thing, and it was too long, so I took it to this tailor in Mid-City, and he had a bunch of pictures of famous people who he had tailored for on the walls, and one of them was Andy Kindler, and I was like, weird. I was like, oh, crazy. I was like, Andy Kindler, and the guy goes, do you know him? And I was like, no, I'm just a big fan, and he goes, okay. But look, Kobe Bryant. And I was like, yeah, I mean, cool, but like Andy Kindler's the one I'm excited about.
Yeah. I went back to Ralph Lauren.
Okay. For this, are you gonna get the one that's
So I went back to
talked
Ralph
about?
Lauren.
Go back to episode 1.
Yes. So I have to get a tuxedo for my wedding. I'm going to do a tie with a tux.
Okay.
Instead of a bow tie.
Okay.
Because me with a bow tie, I look a little too valet.
Or ventriloquist dummy.
I do look like a ventriloquist dummy if you put me in a little tux. Or I look like I belong on a wedding cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or or I do look like a prodigy child.
Yes.
Like if you
look like you got into Harvard at 13 when you were put on a bow tie.
If you see me walking with a proper bow tie and little loafers and a really tailored tuxedo, and I walk in, they're like, "Is this little boy gonna play piano for?"
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the man. Oh, it's the groom.
Is your suitcase full of math homework?
Is your lunch in there? Anyway, so I walk in. So normally, I tried on the purple label level of Ralph Lauren, which is their highest level.
The creme de la creme.
It's like made by old Italian men by hand in Italy, super expensive. But I was like, but there's other lines. There's Polo, which is like their basic line, which is like really good stuff, like kind of similar to what you're wearing, like nice shirts, whatever, and way more affordable, half the price.
Yeah, half the price.
So
you're only gonna wear it once. You're not a big suit guy.
No. I might wear it to another.
Well, you might wear it to my first or second or maybe even third wedding.
I might wear it to your funeral.
Yeah, that too.
Just judging by your diet, it's coming. But then I get hit by a car tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe I jumped. Maybe right before the wedding.
Maybe.
Wow, you really never got to experience.
He died doing what he loved. Avoiding
on
getting
his phone. Anyhow, so we talked about in the first episode the guy that worked there. He's a very intense guy, right?
Same guy when you went back?
So then I walked in, and I was like, I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, he's gonna be here, and he's gonna remember me. She's like, he sees people all the time. I walk in, and listen, I don't want to, toot my own horn. Although with some stretches, I'll get there soon.
You can do it.
Moment I walked in, he's like, "You're back."
Whoa!
I was like, ah. And then I went, yeah. We're gonna go look at some suits. We're in the neighborhood, but I'm gonna go look at tuxes on the other side at the polo section. He's like,
did you get laid off?
I didn't know you were not doing well.
Yeah.
So I sense a sense of disappointment.
Yeah.
Because he's like the high-end guy.
Yeah.
So then I tried on the suit, and the funny thing is, the service between the high-end guy and the low-end guy, it's not the same.
Yeah.
The low-end guy, and it's still expensive.
Sure.
But he's like, well, how can I help you? He's just all over the board. Like, hold on a second. And just like,
he's got a mustard stain.
He's just like sweating profusely. It's like Larry and Ross. Like,
hold on, I'm in the middle of my lunch.
You want a bite? The other guy's like champagne, espresso, maybe
wet
some
nap.
Wet nap, caramelized popcorn. Here's your room. Back massage while you wait for your pants. So it's just a big difference. It's funny, you really get what you pay for when you pay for something. You're kind of like, oh, the service is different. But needless to say, it's all good. I'm picking up on Friday. Marriage license on Thursday. Oh, sweet. Tried on wedding bands for the first time.
Yeah, what are you going to do for your band?
So we went to go try on some wedding bands. It got real.
Putting that thing on your finger? Feeling the weight?
Up until like that moment, it's all talk. It's all like, hey, what do you think the napkins are going to look like at the wedding? Or what's the band? Or what kind of DJ we're going to have? Here's what the hall, here's what the ceremony is going to be. Here's the seating, yada, yada. It's all like, yeah. But then when I tried on the band, I just looked at my finger like, wow, I'm going to be a husband. And then the sweat happened. And then I went like this. He's like, sir, is everything okay? Yeah. It's really tight. It's like really tight. And like, really, it seems to be really loose.
Yeah, it's sliding off from the sweat.
Sliding like, wow, usually I have to put some olive oil on that for that to happen. No, it felt cool, but it's funny. You just look like an adult. It's right away. It doesn't matter what's on your hand. You can have like painted nails and a fucking flames coming down your wrist, but as soon as
you put a ring on it, yeah,
it's like
this guy is accountable to someone.
And look how little my hand is. It doesn't look like oh, it's a child's hand, and then you put a ring on it, like, oh, that's a small man.
Yeah, a child bride,
child bride,
child groom. You don't hear a lot about child grooms. Why is that?
No, you child grooming.
Child grooming. That's true.
That's true.
I'm
Hollywood.
frankly hearing too much about that around here in Hollywood.
Yeah. But anyway, so I had the ring on, and you just look at your hand like, man, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Now, when I have the wedding ring on my hand, which is going to be soon, I wonder how it's going to change my personality. Because it will.
Do you think so? Do you think the ring, not being married, but wearing the ring will make your personality?
Well, it's definitely a sign that you're taken.
Sure.
The problem is not a lot of people see it. So I'm going to have to announce it.
And how do you plan on doing
There's
that?
going to be a lot of married.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm your server.
Okay, pretty desperate. You want
Yeah.
to serve me?
Yeah, I bet you demanded my table. That's what you did. Sorry, lady. Taken.
Tink, tink. You gotta tink tink it on your glass. Tink tink. You hear that? Tink tink. That means leave me alone.
Walk into a gay bar. Boys, don't even think about it.
You came in here alone.
Boys.
In assless chaps.
You came in here wearing a crop top and assless chaps. Boys. Don't even think
about it.
I'm spoken for, boys. Don't even dream about it. And they're gonna be like, yeah, like we've never made love to a married man.
Yeah, that's
before.
never happened. Never. Yeah, you're right. Once a guy gets married, he definitely is never having sex with anyone other than his wife.
I honestly think I'm gonna enter every conversation with a woman, like finger up.
Finger up.
Yeah, like hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, I'm Eddie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Just so you know.
Is the light catching that right?
There you go. Right there. Made a promise.
Mm-hmm.
To her, God, and her father. It's like, that guy gave me the finger. Oh my God, what an asshole. No, the ring finger.
The ring finger. Frankly, I'm glad. I was going to hit on him.
Man, we really are living two different lives here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're buying real rings. I bought a fake watch. Got an update on the fake watch. Go back a couple episodes if you're not sure what I'm talking about. I bought what I'm fairly positive is a fake watch on eBay now.
Did it come in the mail?
Eddie, here's what happened.
Please.
I think this guy is attempting maybe an even larger scale scam than we had originally.
What? But he's in the Middle East.
Who knows where he is?
Actually, where is?
Well, it said Pakistan. It said it was shipping from Pakistan. So I buy it, and then I'm like, this is definitely fake. And then I'm like, whatever. It was $45. I'll see what it looks like. Maybe it looks good enough. I don't care. And then, on eBay, you get the like tracking number. And I kept clicking on the tracking number and it was like, sorry, we don't have any updates for you. And it was it was An Post, which from what I understand is an Irish postal service. So I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, if it's not DHL, I'd be kind of weirded out.
I don't get an update for a few days. And then he messages me and he's like, hey, it got stuck in customs. It's going to be a month. Do you want a refund?
Oh, great.
I say, sure, I'll take the refund.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm like, there's no way he's going to send me my money. He does. 2 days later, I get the refund. And I'm like, great. We're clear. Then a week passes. He sends me another message. Hey, it's been delivered, so you can send me that money again. And I said, no, it has not been delivered. And I checked the tracking. It doesn't show it is delivered. And so I'm like, hey, it was not delivered. And if you can send me more tracking information, I'll look into it. And then he responded and said, yeah, it's on this airplane. And he gave me an airplane number. And was like, so just when it gets to you, just send me the money. And there's no chance I'm sending this guy anymore.
No.
There's zero. There's just no way I'm sending this guy money. And right now I'm just going to wait it out because I don't think it'll ever show up, first of all.
No.
And if it does.
Too bad. Tough nuggies.
Well, I don't know. I think my play is, hey, it arrived, but you offered me a refund and I accepted it. And so anything that happens after that, kind of not on me. Also, if you send me $20 to ship it back to you, I will.
Right. Wait, how does this work with eBay? Does eBay protect it at all?
It does, but that's what I think maybe the scam is, because since he refunded me, now if I send him money...
Right, you're just sending him money.
I'm just sending him money.
But he probably wants you to send you money via PayPal or something. That's where the scam is. Yes. So the scam is... You've already kind of did this whole thing, and then you go off the site, give him the money, and then
I have no recourse if I never get the watch. That's my guess.
Interesting.
But right now it's a waiting game. So we'll see, buddy. But you should not have given me that money back. You just should have never done that. That was stupid, dude.
Well, we need to go watch shopping.
Yeah. Well, no, I did buy another watch.
Oh.
It arrived today. I was going to wear it, but I didn't have time to take the links
What kind
out.
of watch?
Seiko
5?
Yeah.
Sport?
Not sport.
Automatic?
Yeah.
Quartz?
Automatic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How many jewels?
I don't know, 21.
Very good.
What do the jewels mean? I couldn't figure out what the jewels mean.
I can't. I can't. I'm not having this conversation. I'm not going to do this.
Is more better? Is that your understanding?
More better? I can't be your brother, your father, your confidant. I'm just not going to educate you. This is not one. I mean,
It's not. Yeah, you're right.
This
It's not
podcast is
your
slow-
job to educate
this
me.
podcast is slowly me teaching you how to live a life as a man in America. Jewel, what are jewels gonna watch? Whoa, how do you tie a tie? I mean, yeah, maybe I need to go on YouTube and look these things up as a refresher, and then tell you the info as if I knew it the whole time. Sure. That being said, I thought maybe this is actually a great segue
Okay.
into something I just did for you.
For me.
You know, how do I describe our relationship? Not to you, but how I describe
Sure.
a relationship to you, with you to other people. I'd say you look up to me. Maybe not physically, maybe not even.
Definitely not
Maybe not figuratively either, but in some way.
Sure.
I mean,
Sort of a mentor mentee.
Yeah, mentor mentee, a manatee,
Manatee. Manator manatee.
mentor manatee. So we don't have father figures in our lives.
I mean, I have a father.
You have a dad?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn by the way you carry yourself, you're fatherless. Are you sure?
Yeah. I got a dad.
But you guys are estranged. You've never spoken to him in years.
I talked to him. I don't know. I talked to him a week ago, probably.
Wow.
We don't talk a lot, like a ton, but we're not.
Because you hate each other.
No.
No. Wow. But the slobbiness,
Yeah, I learned it from him.
oh, there we go. I didn't I always thought I didn't know your father was yeah, it makes sense.
He's kind of a clean cut slob. thing going
Very
on,
good.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Yeah, you do have a dad vibe. Sorry. Whoa, that was close. Sorry, force of habit. Anyway, you know, you're a single guy out there,
Sure.
and I'm a little out of practice when it comes to like dealing with the ins and outs of being a single guy.
Sure.
So I thought, well, you know, you may need some tips out there. Although you've been on the planet for 38 years, you may need some tips on how to conduct yourself after making love to a lady.
Okay.
Now,
I can't wait to see what this
now
is.
I don't have the answers because I've been taken for many years.
Yeah.
So why not outsource it to our good friends in AI?
Okay.
So I asked AI, what are the top 5 worst things to say to a woman after you make love to her?
Okay.
And I want you to apply these things in everyday life.
Okay. So
so
don't do these.
So you've finished making love to a beautiful woman.
Uh-huh.
These are things you don't want to say. Okay. According to AI.
And I'm assuming she's climaxed like 5-6 times at least.
I didn't really specify.
Okay.
But if it's you, I'm assuming not at all. Number 1, this is what you don't say after making love to a woman according to AI.
Okay.
And I want you to apply these. That was quick.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't want to draw attention. I wouldn't want to draw attention to my own premature.
But is that what she says to you?
Yeah, right. That's because I disagree with that one. Because if I could do it at the same time, I could go, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
That's true. But you don't want to say that was quick after you make love to a woman.
No.
Like that was quick. I've had better.
No, definitely not that.
No, you don't want to say that.
No, don't say that.
I need to go.
Wait, I shouldn't say that? Let me write this down.
I mean, you could. I mean,
But what if I need to go?
Oh, I know. What if you got to go to work or you got to go see your wife
or
or
if
something?
I just don't want to be there anymore?
Yeah. Abruptly ending the intimate moment can make a woman or feel used or unimportant, as if the encounter was purely physical.
Okay.
Number 4. Can we do something different next time?
Can we do something different next time? Now, I got to disagree with AI once again. That's just good communication around your sexual practices.
While discussing preferences is important, immediately just suggesting changes can imply dissatisfaction or criticism.
Okay. I guess I will leave my whiteboard at home the next time I have a sexual encounter.
Did you finish? Don't want to say that.
No.
Because if
you should know.
You should know. Yeah. And if you have to ask, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
And here's my favorite out of the things not to say to a woman after making love to her, according to AI. And I want you to apply this in your everyday life. This is one of my favorites. Let's not make this a habit.
Oh boy.
Because you would hate to make this a habit, making love to somebody.
No,
regularly.
that would be bad. Well, I mean, honestly, it shouldn't be a habit. It should be a choice. A habit is an unconscious decision.
Right.
Making sweet, sweet love to someone you care about. That should be a choice that you make.
Yeah.
together.
So don't do these.
Okay. Now, those are pretty good, but do I think there are other things that would be worse to say?
Okay. What are some things that, okay, like you just finished making love to a woman.
Just finish making love.
You roll over and you don't want to say blank. What was that?
That's a good one. What was that? Hey, did I leave the stove on? That's a pretty bad one.
Here's something you don't want to say after making love to a woman. Oops.
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 Oops. Best night of your life. Oops.
Oops.
Oopsie in your poopsie.
Whoopsie doodle. I think it would be bad if you just said like zoinks.
Like your 50s cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you are?
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
Or another bad one would be, what's that smell?
Is it me? Or is it you?
Yeah.
Oh, man. What are some of the worst things you've ever...
Worst things I've ever said after sex?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I've said something really bad.
No, I don't. I mean, I hope not.
You ever like belched in someone's mouth before by accident?
Not on accident.
On purpose?
Sure.
You belched in her mouth on purpose?
She asked for
That's
it.
not true.
No.
You're joking, right?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
I mean, no, I've never. I don't know. It seems like something I might do, but I don't have like as a
No.
goof
No.
because it's funny, And then she would say that's not funny, and I'd probably stop.
What would you do this? Let me paint you some scenarios here. Okay. What if you're with this beautiful woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you make love, right? It lasts, I don't know, anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes.
Sure.
What I consider a long time.
Yeah,
That's like a long time for me. Yeah, a long time.
Mhm.
And then you're like, I'm just going to the bathroom. And you go to the bathroom, you open the toilet, the biggest log, like a unrolled Cinnabon just in the toilet, brown, rich, full of like nuts and flavor,
corn and whatnot.
undigested lagoons.
Yeah.
Just the biggest curling poop, almost serpent-like, where you're
Yeah.
like, this is like a Loch Ness dump in
Yeah.
your toilet. Do you flush it? Do you add on to it? Do you mention it?
I'm flushing it, first of all. This is in my place?
No, her place.
Okay, it's her place.
It's
I go in
hers.
there. There's no toilet paper in there?
There's toilet paper.
Okay, so it's a regular, this is getting gross, but it's a
No, I don't
regular
care.
dump.
I'm a big
regular
poop guy.
Huge dump. I probably
Like
don't-
it's like just like
I probably wait until the next day.
you don't say. Well, what if you got to go to the bathroom?
I mean, I'm just gonna flush it.
You're gonna flush it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna
And don't
flush
say a word.
Probably won't say a word until the post-coital glow has faded, and then I'll go, hey, just
Do you mention anything?
at some point, yeah, I'm gonna go, hey, I saw the biggest shit of my life in your toilet. Because I think it depends. Is this like if it's like a girlfriend, then I'm gonna be like, yo, you took the
Right.
biggest dump I've ever seen. If it's like a casual hookup, I'm gonna wait a little while and then wait for the right time to be like, hey, just so you know,
Right.
the
Okay.
biggest shit I've ever seen was
What
in
if
your
you
toilet.
try to flush it and then it floods? And then she comes in and goes, "You flooded my toilet," and then you have to say, "No, you left a fucking Franken dump in that toilet."
I would probably say something along the lines of, hey, this has been really fun, but I think I'm looking for something different, and I'm just gonna go.
Really?
Yeah, if she comes in and accuses me of doing that, and I know I didn't do it,
But she's so hot. Okay.
I
Yeah.
live in LA.
Yeah, that's true. You're a man of principles. I've never had moments like that before. No. I don't have any crazy stories. I do have a story about when I was when I hooked up with a girl and she had extreme BO.
She had extreme BO.
Extreme BO.
Was she using a crystal instead of deodorant, or was she just kind of
pine cone? I don't
Yeah.
know. Like we were like literally we went on a date. We went back to my place. She removed her jean jacket, which was like a Pandora's box of stinks.
Oh God.
It was like fermenting under her pits. Now and then she opened her jacket.
And there was nothing leading up to this.
No
that would give you
clue.
an indication.
I had no clue. She had the jacket on the whole time.
It's fascinating.
And then we started like just kissing, being close talking kind of thing. And then I dry heaved over her shoulder. I was like this, like, and then I was like, oh my God. What is there is there like an open sewer somewhere? Is there like a garbage man taking a nap by my window? Is there something happening around that I don't know about? Because I didn't think it was her. I thought it was me. You know, you give yourself a little. And then it happened again. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, but there's some kind of smell. And she's like, oh yeah, I don't wear deodorant. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
And then
So
she knows.
Okay.
We started kissing again. And then I was like, I can't continue. It was throwing me off so much. And then she was offended and was like, oh, okay. So, all right, fine. And then I waited for her while she called her Uber outside my place.
Oh man, you're at your place. I forgot about that. You can't just leave. You were like, you gotta go.
Right. And then
Hey, I don't need you stinking up my apartment. I'm gonna
right.
get the hell out of here.
And then she got in her Uber, and poor Uber guy. That guy's gonna be like, oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's not me for once, you know.
Oh my God.
So, dude, I went back to my room. I was like, thank God that's over. Laid down. Oh no, it's in the sheets.
Oh God, you had to wash it. That was that bad.
At like 2, 3 a.m. Air out my whole apartment. Put on some fans.
That's bad. That's bad.
It's not good.
I can't imagine What time was it when you had her leave your apartment?
3 a.m. Dude, and I was living in an apartment that had like a washer dryer, quarter operated. So I was looking for change in the middle of the night.
Damn, dude. I probably would have powered through it, but that's just
I
me.
bet you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah,
Slop.
like, my apartment smells better all of a
Yeah, it
sudden.
smells like broccoli. That's good. Just go to bed, wake up, fucking brown tongue, like, ugh. But yeah, those are my single days. But now I'm in a relationship and I'm gonna get married. I think I'm getting a second dog.
Are you really?
Love to get a second dog.
Yeah,
But now I'm afraid that I'm gonna become one of those guys like, can't go out, 2 dogs.
You know how it is.
Sorry.
I got the kids at home. They're dogs.
Can't go eat at a restaurant, 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Yeah, you're calling ahead. Does your restaurant allow dogs?
2
dogs?
2 dogs, very curious.
They're well behaved.
Yappy dogs. And anyway, so that's about it. Not much else going on in the old.
Would you ever go through the whole process to get your dogs certified as like service dogs so you could take them everywhere?
Oh yeah, that old racket. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because I'm not gonna have kids.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I should get.
You gonna get a vasectomy?
Snipped. Yeah. I want to get a vasectomy.
Yeah. What's holding you back?
I don't know. So I will say that I've
pretty painless procedure from what I understand.
Yeah, it's very true. I've done my research and I went on YouTube and I found some how-to videos and I'm going to do it. You can do anything on there.
Yeah. I bet there's how-to. I bet we could do our own hair transplants if we needed to.
I mean, the YouTube vasectomy algorithm, it's rich. And some guys are just like really lay it out for you. And when they make it look so damn easy, I'm like, yeah, why don't I just do it?
I'm gonna pay the guy to change my oil. Yeah, right.
There's one guy on there who's just like, he's like full suite. Today we're gonna get circumcised and vasectomized. That's not even a word. Vasectomy and
Vasectomized.
There are videos on there. By the way, we're on YouTube as well. Subscribe.
Check that out.
And hit the notification bell. Get notified every time an episode comes out. Support the podcast.
There's videos out there about how to circumcise yourself?
No, how to
grow your foreskin back?
Here's my hair journey.
Yeah.
I went from this, and then just shows them in a like in a chair in Turkey, just getting all chalked up and being like this, to this, all scabbed up. Like,
Oh, I've watched a lot of these.
I know you have. So have I. Every man has.
Yeah, there was a British guy. He did it every day. He got his plugs, and then he would show his head every day, and then he would say thanks. He was very soft spoken. He seemed like a sweet guy. He'd be like, "Thanks for the follows.
Thanks, Sue. Thank you for
I'm
following.
on day 3. It's still a bit red, but it's coming in nicely.
Scabs are starting to hurt.
Scabs are hurting, but I still feel like it was a good decision. I'm already feeling more confident.
They really are. They're making everything so damn easy.
I'm gonna go down to the chippy and see if my mates recognize me.
I got to watch the Premier League game. But I'm going to wear a hat.
I can't wait to root for Tottenham with a full head of hair.
That's how he talks, really?
Yeah.
That's fun. Question. Who are you going to bring to the wedding?
I know who I'm gonna bring.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
You don't know her. I'm not gonna say her name on the podcast. But
I might recommend going solo.
I'm gonna bring someone.
But she's got friends that are hot.
Sure.
That you might want to talk to.
Sure, I can talk. I mean, well, I can have a nice conversation with these young women.
Yeah, but I kind of want you to hook up with one of her friends.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you. I'm so sorry to break this to you, Eddie, but I have signed an exclusive deal.
But she does have a friend that lives in Nashville. I don't want that because then you're gonna fall in love and then move there and I have to destroy the fucking relationship. But it would be kind of nice me watching you pick up a woman in real time.
Yeah.
And me in the corner just doing this.
Pulling out your camera.
Just walk up to you with a body cam. How are you guys doing? Don't mind me. Smooch it out.
Oh God.
Oh man. Is this the same girl you're talking to lately?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Same woman. She's a grown woman, just to be clear. She's an adult woman.
At my
In her
my
30s.
my wedding, there is no dancing.
It's not allowed. You're having your wedding at the same county as the movie Footloose was based in.
I got outlaw dancing.
Yeah.
I think there's a DJ, but there was no dancing.
There's a DJ, but no dancing, because there's gonna be they're gonna play music when she
music.
comes down.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some
Turn down for what?
Turn down.
I'm like, no, sit down.
You're walking around with a ruler, rapping knuckles.
Yeah, I'm just afraid people are gonna be like, speech. And I'm like,
You'll be like, oh, public speaking. I hate doing that.
I really do actually. It gives me anxiety.
To do it in a non-comedy performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Do you really?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Can you do it for me?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Read my vows.
But you got to put on a bow tie and you sit on my lap and you move your mouth.
That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I really kind of wouldn't mind that actually. For my vows, I'm gonna do things a little differently. I'm gonna sit on your lap, ventriloquist dummy. I love you so much, and you're the best thing ever to happen to me. I'm complete now.
Yeah.
I'm your moon, and you're my sun.
Now I'll sing "You Are My Sunshine" while this guy drinks a glass of water.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Honeymoon will be probably in Europe sometime. You're gonna stay in my place.
I am.
I fully recommend you get the full house experience. Lay in my bed, try my clothes, roll around.
You come back and all your clothes are so stretched out.
Like, no, there's Japanese denim. Fuck. That loose weave.
The weft is ruined.
So what else is going on? What else is new? What's happening?
What else is going on? What's happening? Good. I went to 2 Dodgers games since the last time I saw
I
you.
saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I thought it was I thought you were just repurposing old video.
No. I went to 2 Dodgers games. I watched my Mariners lose to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But on my birthday, no big deal. But I did get to see they started. Shohei Ohtani led off with a strikeout. Great to see one of my boys strike out Shohei Ohtani to start the game. Felt incredible. It was an exciting game. Jason Hayward hit a game-tying 3-run home run in the 8th inning and then got released 2 days later, which did feel like they were kind of rubbing it in. Oh, we don't even need this guy. The guy who killed you. We don't even need him. We're getting rid of him.
Jump the bandwagon, boys. We're going to the World Series.
Well, then I went back. A couple days later.
Why'd you go back?
My friend is from Tampa, and she wanted to go. And
how much are tickets?
we got these for free. Shout out to Steph, my friend Steph. She got them for free. And this time I'm rooting for the Dodgers, and they freaking lose. So whoever I'm rooting for at Dodger Stadium will lose. But I did learn a fun fact. There's a thing called the Stadium Club at Dodger Stadium.
What's that?
It's like a thing that you can add on to your tickets. I think you can only do it if there's season tickets. We got somebody's season tickets, you know?
Uh-huh.
But with that, because normally they stop serving alcohol in the 7th inning. But if you're in the Stadium Club, you can go to a specific bar that serves alcohol until a half an hour after the game ends. So that's a pro tip for anybody going to Dodger Stadium.
How
many hot dogs did I eat across the 2 games? 4.
4 hot dogs. I think after the 3rd, it just comes out the way it came in. Even though you've chewed it, it finds a way to find itself.
Oh, I'm not chewing them.
Regenerate.
I'm like those guys on
Joey Chestnutting and just fucking the whole time, just dip it in water. How thrown off would you be with me just holding a beer at a game?
With you? I'd be.
Wouldn't it be odd? Like, I don't drink.
Weird. Yeah.
The audience, the people watching this podcast.
If I saw you holding a beer anywhere, I'd be like, "What happened?"
Yeah, it'd be alarming. It'd be jarring. Like, what if you just saw me, like, just smoking a cigarette, holding a beer?
I would have serious questions about what happened in the last 24 hours.
You know what's funny? To anyone listening or watching, I wouldn't say I'm like a straight-laced guy, but not on purpose. I'm not like, it's not part of my identity. I'm like, alcohol, throwing your life away. I'm just like, it just doesn't agree with me. I just don't like the way it makes me feel. A bit of a control freak, if you will, but also my hangovers are brutal because of my little body.
Right.
It affects me so much. But I'm such a straight-laced guy that I'm not lame, is what lame people say. Of course. But if any of my friends were to see me with a cigarette and a beer on a patio of a bar, I unequivocally believe that they would laugh in my face. They would come up to me and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think I'd probably try to find Courtney first. I'd try to find your fiance and be like, "Is he okay? Did something happen?"
No, but you would laugh at me.
Yeah, it would look insane. Because you'd be holding, like, I can just tell, you wouldn't know how to hold the cigarette.
But what if I did know how to hold it?
You'd be like...
Yeah. See, I don't drink, and I would go as far as to say that when I do drink, it does look odd. I hold beer like it's hot cocoa. I did.
Well, I can't even, because that's the thing is, even if you're going to have a drink, it's not going to be a beer. You're going to have like a short cocktail, you know?
Whoa. Short cocktail? A thimble of liquor?
A teeny tiny martini.
Well, you know, at my wedding, I'll probably drink.
Oh, yeah?
And I want you to guess what kind of drunk I am.
You've told me that you're a very loving sort of, you just love everybody. You get a little drunk and you're like, I love everybody.
Listen, like, to the few people that have seen this, I don't drink. But when I do drink on special occasions, I'm such a positive drinker. I'm such a positive guy. I'm who I want to be.
Yeah, you're the kind of guy who should be drinking.
I am in love with I'm like, this guy's the guy. Who is this? You're the best. I love both of you. I'm like all over everybody. Drinks, shots, tipping. Everyone's like, this is the guy I want to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as soon as it goes away, I'm just like, back to me, man. Let's get a coffee and make sure we're on our deadlines. You know? I'm just a loving drunk.
Yeah.
Now imagine, which is good for a guy who's like 5'7", 147 pounds, 10% body fat, but 4 abs out of 6. But if a guy if a shorter guy is a mean drunk, that's
a real problem.
That's a real problem. You ever been around
That's a guy who gets his ass beat a lot.
I know. Or he's like what's the word I'm looking for? He's like a menace.
Yeah.
Like a short, angry drunk. Those guys are the most dangerous people in a bar.
Yes.
Because they're causing fights. They're like, yeah, come on.
They got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose because they've lost it all already. Yeah. Because they have, they're small and they're exiled from society because they're such little weird creatures. But yeah, I mean, we've all seen guys like that. Those guys are dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah.
You ever been to a bar where some guy just like wants to go and you're like, oh, dude, you're 5'5".
Yeah, there was a kid when I went to a Mariners game in Seattle. There he was young, but he was definitely drunk. He wasn't like small, but he wasn't big either. But he was clearly trying to shoulder check people as he was walking by.
God.
And I nearly fell into the trap because he's waiting for he's just waiting for, an old man to turn around and be like, who the fuck do you think you are? And I almost did it. And then I was like, no, this guy wants to fight and you do not.
Right. Yeah. I bought a new pair. Speaking of height, I bought a new pair of boots.
Wait, you bought the boots?
No, I bought a pair of Red Wings.
Okay.
Oh, those boots? No. Bought a pair of Red Wings. They're like kind of like a thicker sole. It's actually a lot thicker than I thought.
You looking tall? You looking tall in these boots, my man?
So I put on the boots and I just bought them off online. And I was like, these Red Wings that are Japanese exclusives, but for the first time they're available in the United States. I'll show it to you later. Mock toe, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up to my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, look at this. And dude, the look she gave me when I appeared to be 3 inches taller than her, I was like, oh, this is what you want.
Yes.
She's like,
she's gonna make you wear those to the wedding.
She said, to bed.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, can you wear those to bed? The way she like hugged me, I was like, it's a little tighter than usual.
Yeah.
She nestled her head right there. It's like, it feels natural.
For the first time in years, I feel safe.
I'll tell you one thing, okay? Being 5'7" and then suddenly becoming 5'9", I felt unstoppable.
Honestly, you maybe shouldn't have these boots. The wedding might not happen if he keeps wearing these boots.
I walked into a restaurant feeling like, dear God, this is the man I want to be.
You just started snapping at waiters, and they respected it.
I'm on a date. Back off.
We'll have the good table. Sparkling water. Now.
Park my car. We don't have a valet. Park my car. Just throwing the
Sir, yes, sir.
And he just gets in like, boy, this is close to the steering wheel. Just let me change it back here. Dude, and all I could think was like, what if there ever comes a pill where a guy who's 5'7" becomes 6 feet, it needs to not happen because the attitude that these little guys are going to get when they become 6 feet, it's gonna be.
But if
brutal.
everybody's 6 feet, that'll be worse. You're right, because at first it'll just be rich guys. So like rich guys who used to be short, then become tall.
Yes,
those guys are gonna be a real problem.
Because when you're a certain height, you have to develop these sort of personality traits in order to compensate for the lack of height or whatever. So normally a 6 foot person is very commanding, but a 5'7" guy may have to have more of a commanding voice or be funny or personable. But then you add 4 inches of that dude, and now he's 6'1", and he has that attitude.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
that guy's gonna try to steal your girlfriend for sure.
and he's gonna.
He might do it.
He's gonna.
He might do it.
He's gonna get her, dude.
If he's got the money too, dude, look out. That guy's got a boat. If he bought the boat and that didn't work, and then he bought the tall pills, he's got a boat. He's got an attitude. That's a problem.
Yeah. Well, maybe an AI one day overall can be whatever we want to be. Like you can be 7 feet, you can be 6 feet.
Well, in the metaverse, yeah, I'll be.
Yeah.
Probably 6'4", 220. That'll be freaking sick.
Oh, we're 44. Any news stories coming up down the P?
Any news stories? I mean, the only news story that's of interest to me today is that Danny Jansen.
Who?
Danny Jansen is the catcher for. Well, that's the thing. Currently, the catcher for the Red Sox, but they earlier in the season he played for the Blue Jays.
Hey,
your boys.
He played for the same team in the same game. Two teams in the same game.
Yeah, it happened today.
Yeah.
He played, not only 2 teams in the same game, he played on 2 different teams in the same at-bat because he was at bat when the game was suspended. So he both caught and hit in the same at-bat.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It'll probably never happen again. It's like some sort of shooting star situation.
I'm going to shoot off some quick stories.
Okay.
Oldest person dies in the world. The world's oldest person.
How unexpected.
117 years old.
117.
Yeah.
Where was she?
Her death, natural causes.
Are we sure?
Imagine I read that story and it's like, oldest person dies smoking crack. 117-year-old lady, Maria Branvis.
Dies in BMX accident.
Maria Branvis Maria passes away skydiving. Exploded on impact, by the way.
When my mom's grandma died, is a distinct memory that I have. Is
Mom's grandma.
My mom's grandma, yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know, 3 or 4. I was older than that, 6, 7 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not. My understanding of death was mostly through action movies and stuff. So when my mom was distraught. I remember her being distraught, and she was like, "My grandma died," and I said, "What happened? Did she get shot?"
Did she flip her vet?
Yeah. Was it a drug bust gone wrong?
Oh man, imagine being the oldest person alive, and then you pass away from like, I don't know, being hit by a bird scooter. Something that never even existed to you for 100 years. Think about that. For 100 years of your life, that was not even a thing.
And then it's what takes you out
is a bird scooter. Some punk on a bird scooter. Another thing. Okay, so we try to stay away from politics because obviously, it's kind of a boring thing. But
I'm dumb.
You're very dumb. I've always said this.
Yeah.
Mainly behind your back, but you wouldn't know because you're dumb. RFK Jr. endorses Trump.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
Now, my favorite thing about this was in his stuff. I'm not a big RFK Jr. fan. Come at me. But he did consult the Kamala camp about an endorsement in exchange for a job. They said no.
Yeah.
Then he went to Trumpy, good old Don, and said, "Hey, for my endorsement, would you get a cabinet position?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Doesn't even know. Favorite part of the whole thing was that in his speech for his endorsement, he did say, "We need to eliminate the chemicals in our foods. It's poisoning us and our children."
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump's just behind him, just nodding his head like, "Bro, you had a Big Mac today."
Yeah, you've had 6 Diet Cokes.
Yeah, you live off Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
He had a button in the Oval Office that got him Diet Cokes.
Yeah, honestly, the most relatable thing he's ever done.
Really, the only time I really thought, that's
actually really smart. And if I could get one of those installed,
I think every desk in America should have that button.
I want a Zyn button. I want a Miller High Life button. I want a freaking Gator. I want a Blue Prime button. I'm really into Prime lately.
I've noticed that. It really disturbed me. I think that's like such like an 80s luxury.
Yes,
that's like 80s luxury when you can say, "I have an office in my company, but this button gets me one specific thing."
And also Diet Coke, a very 80s thing to choose.
Right.
Yes, if you were to tell someone in like 1980, like a businessman in 1989, like, what if I told you I could install a button and bring you fresh piping hot Diet Coke anytime you want? He would say, "We've done it. We don't have to worry about the Japanese anymore. American business is back."
What would you do? What would you if you're a businessman in the 80s, and if obviously
what would I do? Cocaine.
No. You don't have to be. You can do that right now.
I think it was better then.
That's true. But let's just say
no fentanyl in the 80s cocaine, from what I understand.
Let's just say you're a Wall Street real piece of garbage back in the 80s, and you had your corner office, and you're the president of this hedge fund or something, and you have a desk, and proper 80s style, you have a button, and in that button, anything can come. What would it be? Bang.
Cocaine.
No. Well, seriously, what would it be?
I'm an 80s businessman. Anything I want. I mean, it's gonna be food. It's probably not a hot dog. Maybe a BLT? Oh man, a BLT button.
Really?
Oh, I love a
That
BLT.
button is only for BLTs.
BLT button. Anytime I want, I get a BLT.
The best part of that button is that when someone comes to your office and he goes, "Can I offer you a BLT?" And they're like, "Sure." Why don't you press that button right there? And they go, "Okay," and they press it. And then some woman with an amazing body walks in and goes, "BLT, sir?"
BLT, sir.
And then you say to your future
white
client,
or wheat.
You go,
"She's Southern. White or wheat, honey."
White. That button right there gets me a BLT every single time. Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if you stay here and you work hard enough, maybe one day you'll have your own button. Could be a BLT.
What would be mine?
Yeah. What's Eddie's?
Maybe like a rotisserie chicken.
A full rotisserie chicken.
Oh, you press that button. Wouldn't that be amazing? You just press that button, and a Costco rotisserie chicken in one of those little domes just comes in on a skateboard.
Comes sliding through like the dumbwaiter. Yeah. Just lands on your desk.
Wouldn't that be great if I just press that?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Some guy just walks in with a rotisserie chicken.
Your chicken soup.
I take one bite and I go.
Put it in the mail room. Let him have at it.
Yeah. Maybe a trap door would be kind of fun too. Back in the day, they used to do trap doors.
Ooh, a trap door. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a bookshelf where I pull one book out and then it rotates.
Right.
And then what's back there? My gym.
One other thing. Ooh, I thought another news story that was kind of cool. Oh yes, the Starbucks CEO just changed, and he appointed the former Chipotle CEO. They're really just changing.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's weird how they just rotate through the same 10 guys who keep pissing us off.
Yeah, but also it's kind of like can't you like go somewhere? Why do you have to like get that guy? Like I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Like you guys are just very incestuous. You're just kind of just all hanging out with each other, just leading each other's companies. Yeah. I do find the fall. I mean, you're a Pacific.
Well, they
Northwest
needed to hire them because their customers weren't getting enough diarrhea.
Yeah. Well, we need to get them to poop more. Who's the poop king? The Chipotle guy. I will say that we talked about this before. The fall of Starbucks really is monumental.
Yeah.
Remember we were young, how like
it was like a classy.
It was classy. It was like, it used to be like, you get Starbucks or Frappuccino.
Latte da,
Yeah.
Mr. Starbucks over here.
And you're a Seattle guy. It was like the thing.
Yeah.
And then they became
Put us on the map.
I think once you become a drive-through, it's over.
Yeah. You might be right. That might have been where they just became another fast food place that specialized in dairy-based coffees.
Once you give in to that sort of part of the business model, I really think you've said goodbye to any class.
Yeah.
No offense against the Carl Juniors, the Sonics, McDonald's, everything, but you're on their level now. Yeah. And if you fully endorse, like, you don't got to get out of your damn car.
Yeah,
you're kind of tailoring to a certain demographic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there a classy drive-through establishment?
Wouldn't it be great if Starbucks offered everything through drive-through?
What do you mean by everything?
Well, obviously, wouldn't it be great if like you can go through drive-through and get what we usually use Starbucks for. So you go through drive-through and be like, "Hi, how can I help you?" Like, "I just want to use your bathroom." Because
they just hand you a big old cup.
Because Starbucks really is America's toilet.
Yeah,
and
used to be.
And then you just go in.
Back when we were a proper country.
And they just hand you a bucket.
Yeah, I'd honestly, I'd pay up to $5 for that, because I work at the farmers market on Sundays, and I regularly go into the coffee shop next to my farmers market tent, and I spend $5 on a drink I don't want just so I can use their bathroom.
What if Starbucks offered drive-through bathrooms, and then you go through the drive-through, and then you go, "Hi, I just want to use the bathroom."
Use the bathroom, please. What's the bathroom code?
1967. Okay. 1967. Okay. And they just hand you a bucket. You fill the bucket. You give it back.
Thank you.
And then you go, "Oh, I can't get an ice water." You just go through. It's like, well, that'd be kind of nice.
That'd be really nice. I think we should just offer this service. The government should provide drive-through bathrooms with ice water.
Oh man.
You can get an Advil if you really need one.
Those it's funny. You ever watch like a Starbucks barista make a coffee? It's so automated and prepackaged in every aspect of it all.
Yeah.
There's no like, the espresso machine and cha-ching. It's just like slot, press button,
yeah,
pour, boom, boom. There's no like barista sort of like art form to it all, or it's just all automated. But so you're basically just it's a fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically this kind of like Ford conveyor belt or Ford assembly line like for food. But the one thing I will say is that you definitely feel it when you go to a Starbucks bathroom, because those things are fucking horrendous.
Yes.
Horrendous.
I haven't been in one in a while, but
oh my God. You ever seen like a porta potty? like what's
Have I ever?
you ever seen like what's in a porta potty?
Yeah.
But no, but like you would look down.
Yeah. I mean,
I would look down a Central Park porta potty. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was insane. I was in Central Park. I had to use a porta potty. I was like, great. I go in and tourists everywhere. It's like middle of the spring, whatever. And I look down. It was every type of dirty thing imaginable.
needles,
Needle. I saw a needle.
condom,
Saw a condom. Name it.
food,
Saw a full burger.
full burger, fingernails, toenails.
I didn't know what exactly. I looked there for a second.
You do have a staring problem.
I do have a staring problem. That got us off the sun. But I looked down. I saw full on used maxi pad. Just every type of tissue, every type of color, every type of brown, every type of yellow. I saw a burger. I saw a wig.
A Band-Aid.
I saw a Band-Aid. I saw a half a cast. I saw a moon boot for walking for a broken foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a
Crutches.
prosthetic leg.
Damn, something bad happened.
I saw a bike helmet.
Bike helmet. Oh my God. Bugs.
No, I didn't see
No bugs. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I saw a lot. Yeah, this is a big pooped episode, isn't it?
Yeah. This is I'm not going to name the episode "Poop" and something, but just the real ones will know this is the poop episode.
Oh, the poop episode. Yeah. Want to hear a fun poop story, and we'll just end it on this?
Sure.
Okay. I've said this in my other podcast before, and if you listen to my other podcast for fact's sake, you know the story. And if you do, I'm sorry, but it's hard to come up with material for a podcast. So, this is one of the biggest mysteries of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I still to this day, and I talked to my mother about it not that long ago, and she's still kind of bewildered about the whole thing. So back when I was a kid, we lived in a house. My dad was a very ambitious guy, so he got his money together and bought the house across the street.
Okay.
Right, and his whole intent was to rent it out for a decade, pay it off, and then have two houses fully paid for, and then sell the house we live in, renovate that other house, and move in. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Really, real boomer logic, which is like smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, with the low interest rates and everything, you kind of figured it out. Back then, you could do that stuff. Like that. So we had these old neighbors down the street, literally old. They're like in their 80s, Doug and Helen. And they were kind of like surrogate parents to us because my dad was kind of very like, they have a roof over their head. They're not dead. They're fed. They're fine.
Yeah.
So me and my brothers would go to their house and like he would teach us to play chess or checkers, piano.
They didn't have kids?
Their kids were like old, like in their 40s, and so they're like almost like surrogate grandparents.
Yeah.
And I used to go there as a kid, and then I outgrew it. And my brother went there and outgrew it, and my other brother went out there. We'd all go.
Yeah.
And they were just like really nice people,
Mm-hmm.
but they were old.
Yeah.
Okay. So one day, my mom and me, and I'm like maybe 13, 14 years old, is giving a tour of this house that we just bought to our neighbor Ellen, who is in her 80s, maybe late 70s or whatever. Okay. So we're walking around, right? And she's giving us, my mom was giving her a tour, like, look at the house we bought down the street. And she's like, oh, very nice. Wow. And this woman was a classic older lady. She had like heeled little like kitten heel shoes, a dress, stockings, looked really like out of the 60s, right? Remember, this is like 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, whatever. So we're walking around, and she's just doing the classic old guy pose, like old person pose, hands behind the back.
Like, the lean and nod.
And then we kind of lose sight of Ellen. This is like, it's a bigger house. And I'm like looking at it for the first time, like, wow, one day we're going to live here, right? Yeah. And then I'm walking, I'm a kid, and everyone's in their own separate, inspecting the house, looking around. And then as I'm walking, I walk out into the kitchen and I go, Mom! Huge log on the floor of the kitchen. Huge, like a big piping log.
Fresh?
Hard to, you could smell it.
Okay.
And I was like,
you didn't see if it was still warm?
what is this? CSI?
CSI Toronto.
Just like, well, they're still here.
Plant-based diet.
They're diabetic. So I was freaked out. And I'm like, what? And my mom was like, oh. And she grabbed like a paper towel and like, what did this get here? And then Ellen was like this, like, And I don't know where the dump, I think it came out of that old woman.
You think she did it? You think Ellen, the lady who took you in and taught you piano, and
I think, old people, they got loose buttholes.
do you think because she wasn't surprised enough? That's why
Well, she was just like, ooh, oh.
Guess it could have happened to anybody, huh?
Now, I thought, did like a rabid dog come in here, a coyote? Maybe
Yeah, because no one had lived there for how long had people been out of this house?
maybe like a month.
That's crazy.
And don't get me wrong, like my dad's been in there, so like contractors, whatever.
Could be him.
No, it was that old woman. It fell out of her body. I'm convinced that she took a shit on my floor.
Was she wearing a dress when this happened?
Yes.
Okay. You're making a more compelling argument. I was picturing her in pants. I don't know why.
Dude, old people got the loosest buttholes. She's probably got no control over her bladder. She's just walking around, kneeling down, looking at things, compressing her stomach. Out pops out a huge lumping log made from the freshest of oatmeals and porridge or whatever old people eat. It came out. It fell out of her. She doesn't even know because the old people, it just falls out of them. It's gonna happen to all of us.
Yeah.
Maybe not me. I've been told I got the
I'm
tightest butthole.
And I'm gonna die way before I'm that old.
I still don't know where that dump came from. And I told my mom recently. She's like, "You think it was her?" I'm like, "Yes." She shed on her floor.
And then that was your kitchen floor. Like years later, you had to remember that as you were like,
I still see it in my dreams. Every time I go home to my parents, I was like, she shat right there.
That's where the old lady shit. That's where Ellen took her dump.
Nice lady, though.
Nice lady. Great lady. No one's disrespecting Ellen.
No, I just want to know if she took a shit on my floor.
I would say let's call her, but she's got to be dead by
Ellen,
now,
give us a
right?
sign.
Yeah. I hear an airplane.
They're also in the air.
That could be.
They're in heaven. I had a good time. Did you have a good time?
Great time.
Hey, thanks for being part of this episode of Oh Hell Yeah. Do us a favor. Support this show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, follow it on Spotify, but also subscribe to the podcast on YouTube here. Give a notification bell, give a thumbs up, leave a comment. It helps the show grow. We'll talk to you soon next week.
Bye.